Hello and welcome, my name is Parky and today I'm going to be doing something a bit different from normal. Now you'll notice quite a few things going on the screen. Basically it's a slight time lapse of, well, me and my friend Morth building on Minecraft. Now I will explain everything that is going on, so don't worry, you won't be confused for too long, hopefully. It depends how well I explain this, I suppose. But basically for quite a while I've had the nice idea of creating a custom map on Minecraft for people to play. I've attempted this in the past in my free time with a jungle kind of adventure map type thing, but I didn't really get too far into it. So recently after playing, Fallout 3 is probably my biggest influence, and watching a film called The Book of Eli, it's kind of reignited my passion for the post-apocalyptic kind of genre. And, that's basically what I'm making a custom map on. It's going to be a post-apocalyptic sort of setting. It's going to be fairly long. I am currently sort of designing and putting together the storyline for it and the design of all of the locations in the custom map itself. Now, I didn't want this custom map to be one of these things where, well, you see quite a lot of people doing custom maps, especially people like the Yogscast. I want it to be another one of those where it's quite a short map and there isn't much substance to it kind of thing. Like a lot of these things, they're not very rewarding for the players when you play them. I've played quite a few custom maps myself, so I kind of know what I look for and what I enjoy in them. So I'm basing it around that pretty much. So the idea really is to create something that people are going to enjoy, and I wanted to get, well, all of my subscribers and anyone else who's new to me or whatever who watches this video to get involved a bit. Now, I didn't want this to be just solely me and my friends making it. I mean, Morth wasn't even really going to help me initially. I was just going to make it completely on my own, but I saw him online on TeamSpeak and I asked him, and he very kindly helped me make all of this. Now, what you're actually going to see today in the video is one of the first sort of medium-sized towns in my custom map. I haven't actually got a name for the town at this point because I'm not very good at making names. I might be alright at making things in Minecraft, but names and that sort of creativity isn't really my sort of thing. So that's one thing where I want you to get involved. If you have any great sort of ideas for names of this town, maybe wait until the end of the video so you get a sort of feel for what the town looks like and what it's all about. Then please post all of your suggestions in the comments because the likelihood is I will probably use one of them. Now, you may have noticed in this video that I am actually using a texture pack. This is the Last Days texture pack, and it's a texture pack that is specifically made for the post-apocalyptic genre. It's been used, I think, in some big builds that people have done, but I'm not actually personally aware of any custom maps that are post-apocalyptic in setting. Now, I know that there's probably a few that I have not heard of that a lot of people are going to post in the comments, but I personally haven't played or seen any, so I'm going on the fact that, well, I'm not copying anyone, basically. These are all my own ideas, and maybe like slightly influenced by Fallout games, but that's just for the fact that it is the same genre, so things are going to be sort of fairly similar anyway, no matter what you do. Now, the texture pack basically completely reskins all items. Things like cactuses, for example, or cacti, they look like nuclear waste barrels and all sorts of things like that. So basically, a lot of the blocks that I've used in the buildings with Morth here will look completely, well, retarded, let's put it that way, if you don't use your texture pack when you play this custom map. So that is one thing I would mention about this. So the idea with this this is the first medium-sized town you come across. The idea is that there's a few rundown houses. Everyone has died. It sounds horrible, I know. Everyone has died in this world, and there is only you who is the hero in it. And you're on your own, and basically you follow a set storyline. There's no sort of room for getting sidetracked. I was thinking of making multiple sort of choices, and you go down one route and then it affects the storyline that you get in the end and things like that. This isn't, as I said, going to be a small build. This is going to be quite a large sort of a large map. Oh, that's a really bad way of putting it. You know what I mean. It's going to be a large adventure, so it's going to be quite a long custom map, hopefully. And this is only going to be one very small part of it. I may well do more videos on the other towns and locations. Also, that's another thing on getting you involved. What other things would you expect to see, or would you like to see, in a post-apocalyptic setting? Everyone in the world is dead, remember. So it's all going to be churned up by nuclear winter and other shit. So just keep that in mind and post comments. All of these things really do help me out, so if you have any good ideas and you're very creative, and maybe even if you are good at drawing, then you can send me some concept art and I'll put it in the videos as well if we use it. Send it to my email address, you can find it on my channel page. This is just a general sort of letting you know what's going on. Now there's two sort of major parts of this little town. You will notice by now that we have built a load of little sort of broken up houses, almost like shacks. They're kind of bungalows, they're only one floor. And we also have a school. This is the school building that is being built that you'll probably see. I'm not commentating this while watching the video, so I don't know at what point you'll see the school in this video, but there is a school in it, and it's made of brick, so it'll be that big one on its own. Now what we've done, and what we've found is the best way of actually building these monstrosities, I suppose you'd call them, in Minecraft for the custom map, is to actually make a fully pristine environment. So make complete houses without any holes in them or anything, make complete roads, make complete sort of sidewalk fancy things, and then completely blow the crap out of them with TNT and other stuff and just punching holes in them all over the place. And we found that this is better than trying to craft a building that's actually sort of destroyed already. It's much easier to do it this way, and we believe that it makes a much better sort of feeling environment for the setting. Now, what I'm not asking for is a load of sort of ideas for the storyline. That's really going to come last after all of the building work is done in the map. So really mainly what we need at the moment is a load of input for the actual buildings and constructions in the map. So if you can help us out with that, that would be good. I'm actually going to be quiet now. I'm sure I've forgotten something that I was going to talk about, but I'll probably mention anything that I have in another video. So I'm just going to leave you with the time-lapse and building footage and probably some lovely music. So I hope you enjoy. Goodbye.